He is taking a direct right on top of Saintonas.
This is why you don't know how to play the goddamn game!
Subscribe!
Okay, so apparently this video was so bad I had to actually physically sit up straight to watch this video. So you guys remember how we had a little, we had a call with Saintonas and all that kind of stuff, blah blah whatever, very, very good, very nice, holding nuclear content. This video triggered Saintonas so bad he dedicated a 5-hour stream, a 5-hour react to this 14-minute video.
It doesn't really matter.
Look, we're just holding on to our fucking intro skill with the fallacy about to go sicko mode. We're just chilling. What? Look at this fucking gameplay. Look how long his intro skill is up against the fallacy.
I know it's only been 6 months, but I have a hard time finding a clear definition for character.
This is why you don't know how to play the goddamn game.
Which is crazy. I ain't gonna watch all that, but I kinda just wanna see what the hell did Vars say that made him get obliterated by the Kurobot community. So I'm just really interested in this, alright?
By Kuro that Wuthering Waves will conclude its version 1 cycle after 1.4, much earlier.
Okay, proof? Alright, so this is the video he's referring to.
Team building metagame. What do you guys think about this? Do you agree with my stance or
Oh, go fuck yourself.
do you
And then there's like one, and then like I think we have another one from like Daily Village.
He might as well not play the fucking game if that's how he's gonna fucking play. Bro just reads the fucking kids, but then still doesn't know how to fucking play it.
So apparently this was been going on for like 5 hours, allegedly. So I kind of wanna see what the hell did he do to be like so wrong, you know?
than I think most of us were expecting, meaning the next update will be version 2, likely featuring a brand new expansion and a mountain of extra content, I'm sure. Gacha games that go down this type of development cycle, version 1, version 2, version 3 and so on, tend to have a predictable formula when it comes to gameplay, with the supplementary versions, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, etc. usually only coming in the form of extra content like events and characters.
I say it once, I'll say it again. Oh my god, Vars, your voice. Oh my god, it's just so smooth. It's just so smooth.
Perhaps a map expansion here and there, while the actual versions consist of, among the aforementioned things, potential changes to the game's overall engine and experience.
Wait, he's a Genshin Shill. Oh, no wonder. How are you gonna start off a Wuthering Waves video featuring Cassante? Yo, that's a dislike from me right there. Yo, that's a dislike from me right there. How the hell can you do that? Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
Or a noticeable shift in character design, capability, and subsequently...
Is this even a what? What is even going on? What? In 30 seconds, I saw 5 different Genshin units and not a single Wuthering. Oh my god, I can only imagine what Saintonas is thinking.
I'm led to assume Wuwa plans to go in that direction too, otherwise they wouldn't make such a big deal out of each version and instead just make it a build number like most other mobile gachas, having big expansions come in at random times throughout the year. If I'm right and they do plan to make a big splash in version 2 with new gameplay updates, I wanted to make a video discussing some issues I take with the game's current.
Yeah, buddy, this is the last video I'm gonna make, cause you're done. The Wuthering Wave communities, they disown you. You're done, buddy. Alright, it's over. Pack it up, go back to Genshin.
Character and team building landscape in the hopes that version 2 will address them next year. The focal point of this game is of course the combat. Credit where credit is due, Wuwa's mechanics and game flow are among the best I've seen, especially in the gacha department. From attack strings to swap cancelling animations, tandem attacking, dodging, parrying, mid-air swaps, air dashing, all facets of movement, both in overall exploration.
Ooh, that's really good glazing, bruv. And I absolutely agree. You know, Wuthering Waves truly is the best mobile gacha game ever. It's fantastic.
And
absolutely.
combat feel intuitive and smooth, which is a huge aspect of a hack and slash beat 'em up action game like Wuwa. On the other end of things, the types of content we have are also fairly well made, with a variety of engines taxing our ability to understand patterns, react accordingly, and dodge or parry critical enemy attacks to achieve a more efficient clear and stay alive. I am thoroughly impressed by how fluid everything is. I don't think a single player would argue the game's combat feels bad to play. If every open world action RPG gacha was made with the same framework as Wuwa, I would not complain in the slightest. They say it's catered more towards hard.
Okay, so far this video has been a W video for the Wuthering Waves community, right? It's a big W. Like, the combat is great, the endgame is fun, everything is fun. I think the only L is that you literally start off this video with Kasande. That is the only L.
Mention things, potential changes to the game.
Like, you can't just be starting off the video with like 20 seconds and just throw Kasande, right? Aside from that, this is a big W. It's a
Not
big W.
complain in the slightest. They say it's catered more towards hardcore players, but I think even casuals can get the hang of it after moderate practice. Individually speaking, I also love how open-ended the characters are. Despite everyone
Finally, we
having
get
a
to see
basic
them.
skill in all
Gathering wives. Wife gathered. Wife gathered. Wife gathered. We still got one more Camellia, but we are basically gathering them absolutely.
their forte circuits are where Kuro can get really creative, as it can theoretically take the form of anything and allow units to stand out from one another, leading to very unique playstyles between DPS units, from Shangli Yal to Jian to Jinchi to Yinlin to Changli to Camellia to Encore, so on and so forth. While there may be a basic template all units go by, at the same time their combat is distinguished fairly well. No two units play the same.
Is there a Fraven reference? Holy shit, yo, game of the year.
Moreover, the presence of an intro and outro skill
wait, pause.
is distinguished fairly well. No two units play the same.
Which two units play the same anywhere? Like, to be fair. Are there Genshin units that play the same? I need Chad to film me about that because I'm a Genshin tourist. Is there any two units that play exactly the same? Who? Kerala and Yunli. Don't disrespect Yunli like that, alright? Don't even disrespect Yunli like that. Please stop. Xinqiu Yalan. Oh, Xinqiu Yalan. Okay, but my counterpoint, one of them has a massive fucking above.
Moreover, the presence of an intro and outro skill along with animation cancels by swapping leads to a deceptively high skill ceiling, rewarding players who further delve into the various interactions between units. And additionally, when you account for universal defensive systems like parrying and dodging, it also makes it so you can technically run no party at all, choosing instead to solo bosses or tower floors with just a single unit, assuming you have the DPS to actually do so. Structurally speaking, I find Wuthering Waves' combat and character design to be considerate towards the player's own skill level and playstyle preference rather than imposing a set number of win conditions or methods of attack. But
can you imagine this was the video that made Saintonas like crash out? This is a huge W video, man. That shit, yo, if I watch this video without playing Wuthering Waves, I would download Wuthering Waves right the fuck now. Holy shit, that's a good video.
But with the game having been out for half a year at this point, a few things came to my attention that, while not exactly a major problem now, could become one in the future if not addressed. The fortunate thing is that all these problems have easy solutions. In fact, they've already started working on them in this current version. The hallmark experience of a gacha game is to complete the Pokédex in a manner of speaking, to obtain and make use of as many characters within the game as possible.
Oh my god. Bro, it's just a Genshin Shill, guys. He could have literally just searched up Wuthering Wave characters from Pridewind, and then he could have pasted it here, and it would have been fine. But like, half the video is just Genshin. Oh wait, Pridewind supports leakers, right? Pridewind is a dog shit who has of Wuthering Waves. Okay, you know what? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, don't use Pridewind, absolutely.
And to continuously go after the new ones that come out. If you were to look at a regular hack and slash game and compare them to a gacha hack and slash game, what's the main difference? The main difference is that gacha hack and slashes have a ton of characters to choose from and expectedly a ton of party compositions you can work with, whereas in say Devil May
Wait. Okay. Alert. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy's dog shit. Why is he using Camellia's mid-air spin instead of the ground spin? Because actually, you are missing out 2% damage. That is the difference between clearing in 2 minutes 30 seconds and... Verbatim, by the way. Verbatim. Yeah, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, right? He's just... doesn't know how to play the game. What the fuck is he doing?
Devil May Cry, you're expected to mostly stay on Dante.
I can't believe that's actually... Wait, chat, let me take a piss. Oh, this is a great fucking video. I can feel it, guys. I can feel it.
And then Nero in the newer installments, with maybe the opportunity to play a couple more characters. The focus is more on the mechanics of you, the player, along with equipment selection and whatnot. Wuwa attempts to bridge the gap together by doing a mixture of both, giving characters unique playstyles and attributes while still leaving the door open for player agency and expression. Unlike in other gachas where there's only so much you can do with the...
Okay, you know what? At this point, I think Vars is just asking for it. He just keeps using Genshin footage to compare with Wuwa. So at this point, I think he's just asking for it. He is asking to be slain by Saintonas himself. Right? He's just asking for it. Hey, it is what it is. I can't even save it anymore, right? Like, if half the video about Wuthering Waves is just Genshin Impact, what am I gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna do?
The bad character. In Wuwa, the weakest unit in the game can solo the hardest content if you're good enough. Thing is, it's kind of hard to give both aspects the proper attention, and where you'll find this mostly on display is in the realm of team building. For gachas, the focus is on team building, like if you
Is that Reverse 1999? Holy shit, that is an old ass game. Nuclear throwback. Reverse 1999, goddamn.
go into any other game, team building is everything. You can't just take a ragtag group of mismatched units and YOLO your way through. Granted, some games are more lenient about it than
What the fuck is this game? I've never seen this in my life.
others, and there will always be units whose selling point is that you can pair them with virtually anyone and they'll perform on a meta-relevant level. But there still is a big focus on teams, therefore a big focus on obtaining many characters. Personal mechanics and decision making do matter of course, but the idea is to have the right team to handle whatever content you're about to face. In contrast, Wuwa's team building feels more like an afterthought, taking a backseat in favor.
Oh, I can chat. I literally stay in Singapore, a billion miles away from Saintonas. I could literally hear his scream.
Look at this fucking gameplay!
I heard his ah. Oh, I could. That was how diabolical of a reaction that was. Let's go back and hear it again.
To face. In contrast, Wuwa's team building feels more like an afterthought, taking a backseat in favor of basically skill issue. As such, the game's roster is being constructed in a way that focuses more on the individual and less on the team, reducing the amount of options or niches available for future units. Personally, traditional team building conventions go as follows. You have your main attacker, and then what I like to informally call the backup dancer, as in they can deal meaningful DPS of
The backup dancer. Bro thinks he's playing Nilo.
their own, but their main purpose is to set up the main attacker. Then finally support, and by support I'm mostly referring to healers.
It's basically very not a shopkeeper. If you don't have them, just go next.
Synergistic aspect of team
Hey, check. Who the fuck is using Baiju? No one, right? No one is using Baiju. Everyone and their moms are using Verina and shopkeeper. Okay? Okay, fantastic.
building is primarily housed in one's outro skill. For example, Camellia's best partner is Sanhua because Sanhua gives a metric ton of basic attack deep and on her outro skill. You can make a case to include the 20% attack on her S6, but by and large, Sanhua's entire existence is to just give an outro skill to Camellia. Some teams elect to instead run two main attackers fighting alongside each other through liberal usage of quick swapping.
Oh, yo, Saintonas is not gonna be happy with that one. Did he just say two main attackers? Two main attackers? When Yingling is an off-field DPS and Changli is a swap back DPS? Two main attackers? What the fuck is he saying? What the fuck is he saying?
Like Changli and Yinlin, but broadly speaking, it's main attacker, backup dancer, and
yikes.
healer.
Yeah,
What's
that's not
the
gonna
issue
be too
with
good.
this? The issue is that compared to other gachas, where you have characters working in concert with one another to achieve a collective goal greater
Oh shit, at this point, it's Jover, guys. He literally just brought up Honkai Starbucks. Ooh, so basically a Hoyo Shill video. Ooh, yikes.
than the sum of their individual parts, the impression I get from Wuwa is that it's just mostly individual units being put together, purely for the sake of it being
Okay, I'm starting to see why this video will make Saintonas crash out. Oh my god. I was like not this critical with Wuthering Waves team building. Hey, don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. Camilla's team is literally Hyper Bloom. Okay, yo, don't get me wrong. I love Wuthering Waves. Because it's an easy ass game. I just run Camilla and we just win. I just press E, I start spinning and I just win. The most. I love Wuthering Waves, but yo, this is taking it a little bit too far, Vars. You're stepping on the wrong toes, buddy.
convenient to do so, not necessarily having actual synergistic playstyles. Anytime there is one, it's only to fuel the main attacker, implying that really the only way to go about Wuwa's team building is vertical investment, leaving very little, if any, incentive to go for horizontal investment.
Ooh, I could. Okay, every single time I pause is when I predict Saintonas will also pause. And then he'll be like,
Look at this fucking gameplay!
and then he's going, oh my god, and he wants to kill him in game. I can really predict this from my brain.
Vertical investment denotes pulling all resources and attention into one character, getting them as strong as humanly possible, and using that one character to steamroll the entire game.
He
It's the
paused every
equivalent of
frame.
going through an
I'm dead, bro is using Pokemon.
entire Pokemon playthrough with exclusively your starter Pokemon, catching nothing else. Horizontal investment emphasizes making a bunch of characters and working on them enough to be usable, allowing for multiple teams, multiple combinations, and instead choosing to look at the central mechanic.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Is Wuthering Waves not horizontal investment focus as well? Okay, no, I'm not trolling anymore. I'm not playing a bit anymore. I'm being for it. Wait, isn't Wuthering Waves also horizontal investment focus? Because they will want to sell the unit, right? It's like their banner unit A works really well with banner unit B. You know, like Jingxi came out, and then you have Zhezhi, which works really well with Jingxi. You have Yingling coming out, and then Changli works really well with Yingling. Right? And then now we currently have Camellia, and we're just waiting for a 5-star Sanhua. You know? And then Shawkeeper is just Shawkeeper, you know? I don't really think there has been any game-changing vertical investments. It's not like... Okay, to be fair, besides Verena's S2, I feel like most of Wuthering Waves limited units. I think they're all fine. I would honestly prefer horizontal over vertical, me personally.
Of the game more than the individual units. Vertical investment essentially has it so you make a single unit so powerful even if they're in a
Oh, S2 Camilla is absolutely bastard. I wouldn't know. I kill everything with S0 anyways, because it's an easy ass game. Fight me, Kurobot.
disadvantageous matchup or situation, they can clear the game's content through sheer force, whereas horizontal investment's all about character selection and planning. A well-designed gacha game ideally gives players the freedom to choose either or, and more crucially, rewards players for choosing either or. At the moment, there really is no incentive to horizontally invest in Wuwa beyond getting the necessary teams to 30.
Did bro just miss his crit?
At the moment, there really is no incentive to horizontally invest in Wuwa.
Okay, I can imagine. Oh my god, chat, look at his Jingxi! Look at this dog shit Jingxi! No wonder he thinks team building are so restrictive, because his Jingxi does absolutely fuck all damage. My grandma slaps me harder than his dog shit Jingxi. Oh, absolutely not, this guy's a fucking tourist, fuck him.
Beyond getting the necessary teams to 30-30 clear Tower of Adversity. Reason being, there's no central mechanics or combat engines. The game wasn't designed around things like type matchups or battle mechanics or elemental combinations.
Can you imagine if he changed the Pokemon? Bro, I swear at this point, Vars is just taking a dump on the Wuthering Waves. Can you imagine if he just swapped out Pokemon for Zenless Zone Zero? Oh my god, that would be so fucking big. It would be Genshin, Stario, Zenless Zone Zero. Holy shit. I swear he intentionally just didn't do that because he doesn't want to like cancel by the Kurobots. So he kind of put in like a neutral stand like Pokemon. I swear if it would not. I'm dead, bro.
It was mostly designed for individual characters. To be fair, it's not like similar gacha titles didn't have this issue early on as well. The first year of any new gacha game is all about
holy shit. Yo, Reverse 99, honestly, I'm gonna keep it about. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. It's a fantastic game. Beautiful.
just having enough units to play with, and then subsequent years do the actual fleshing out the roster through intentional unit design. Wuwa in particular released comparatively less new characters in the first version, not to mention version 1's already ending and it's not even a full year in. Again, not objectively a bad thing in a vacuum, but in the context of a gacha game, it's kind of counterintuitive. On one end, Wuthering Waves inadvertently is one of the most free-to-play friendly gachas of its kind in that you're not pressured to pull for a ton of characters. You just need 3 attackers, 3 backups, and 3 healers, and you're good to go. It's not
Oh, so basically every unit per patch. I see.
like in Genshin where you gotta think about all these elemental reactions, or Starl where you have to think about all the various combat engines and gimmicks, or Blue Archive where you have to think about blue units, red units, yellow units, I hear they have purple units now, frontline, backline, all that stuff.
Units.
In Wuwa, you could just pick a character, give them gear, get them a partner with a natural skill or buff that helps them out, and then just get good at dodging and parrying, and you win. It's great if you're the type of player with a preference for that kind of gameplay, but fundamentally, it conflicts with what a gacha game is about. A bunch of different characters.
Okay, pause. You know what? Yo, some might say Saintonas, and I were like mortal enemies, right? The YouTube comments, we hate Saintonas, chat hates me, and whatever. You know what? At this point, I'ma be a brother. Right? To truly live up to my name as the rank 1 neutral, or rather, I kind of gave up the title already. I'm kind of going for war for fun. But you know what? Just a trip down memory lane. I actually think it's good that Wuthering Waves allow you to not focus that much on team building, or rather have the best and most optimal team, and you can still showcase your clears using like a single unit, a fucking dungeon solo, a Yohu solo, if you're good enough like Rexland, right? A fucking Camellia solo. The fact that this game is so tight to you actually like mastering the enemy's moves, knowing when to dodge, knowing when to parry, and entering. Instead of games like, because he did make a comparison to Pokemon and Honkai Star Rail, which, let's just be real, for Pokemon, you have 4 buttons, right? There's only 4 buttons, right? You use attack and you press skill, because you can't catch your opponent's Pokemon, and you can't use items. So you have 4 buttons. And the Honkai style has 3 items. 2 if you don't even use your skill for your, or rather your basic for your some of your units, right? So for these other games, it is inevitable that team building will have a much higher emphasis compared to games like Wuthering Waves, because you can't fucking do shit. You press 3 buttons and what are you gonna do? Cry? Speed tune? You basically have speed tuning and team building. That's basically it. So I think it's completely fine that Wuthering Waves, despite them having a, you know, less emphasis on team building, but instead more emphasis on you actually making use of the character's kit. And as cringe as it sounds, did you guys know that Camilla does 2% more damage if it does a spin on the ground? I mean, like, this kind of things, even though, like, devil is in the details, right? Holy shit, I sound like a... I'm not a Kurobot, but I'm not a Kurobot, but it's fine. Because if this allows you to showcase your units, even with a suboptimal team, because team building was not their main focus, I think players can still derive their entertainment from that, and I think that's completely fine. If you want a game that's like more focused on team building, I mean, with all due respect, Genshin. Okay, I think let's just keep it a buck, right? Not a Kurobot, by the way. Saintonas didn't pay me $5,000, by the way. Genshin's team building, I feel like it's a lot more in depth because you really want to match the elements. You want to catch up your Hyper Bloom, your Super Bloom, all that kind of stuff. And it's okay. Actually, I only know these 2 teams. I don't even know any other teams. Your Melt, your Vaporize, your Bloom, Kasande Bloom, Mualani, Shy Lily. Yeah, like, these are like a lot more focused on the actual team building because you don't have parry, you don't really have perfect dodges. Right? There's no perfect dodges in Genshin, and generally it's about matching the right elemental reactions according to the enemy's weakness, and you'll deal a shit ton of damage. Whereas for Wuthering Waves, this is not the case, right? The bosses actually are pretty beefy. You kind of need to like quote unquote break them and dodge their moves and all kind of stuff. So even if Wuthering Waves doesn't have this much of a team building, I think it's completely fine. Alright. But it would be weird to say Wuthering Waves has the best team building ever. Because it really isn't. If you can literally solo clear content with a single unit, then it is quite obvious that team building is not their main priority. And my point is, it's completely okay because it's a different focus. I feel like I cooked here, chat. I feel like I cooked here, right? Okay, let's continue.
Gameplay, but fundamentally, it conflicts with what a gacha game is about. A bunch of different characters to account for a bunch of different scenarios. The biggest area where the lack of party building and strategy hurts the most would be in character selection. In all honesty, the 6 elements mean virtually nothing at the moment. There may be bosses who resist selection.
That is
in all honesty,
kind of true. But if you're against a rest enemy, like if you're against Thundering or like Tempest, Memphis, and use Yingling, you're fucking cooked, buddy. Unless you have an Essex, you're absolutely fucking cooked. So try to not be resistant or like go against enemy with your resistance. But I think aside from that, it's kind of like, you know, even if you have the bonus or don't have the bonus, it's not that bad. Because like Camilla and Genshin, they're so short that they can just brute force for the most part.
Mean virtually nothing at the moment. There may be bosses who resist a certain elemental type, but that's the most rudimentary system you have for typing. Along with, I suppose, the Echo Set bonus. There's no reward for going a Mono Glacial or a Mono Fusion or a Mono Havoc team. No reward for combinations of elements like Electro, Spectro, or Fusion.
Hey, last time I checked, we have something called Mono Combat and Honkai Starbucks, and that shit died like 6 months ago. Okay, I'm just kidding. Let's go.
Arrow, nothing like that. In addition, since there aren't that many combat engines in the game, the support category is effectively non-existent. Prior to Shorekeeper, it became a meme that Verena was guaranteed to be in every single party for no reason besides being the best healer. Pragmatically speaking, there's not a single reason for you to choose Baitu if Verena is available.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she does have huge dick.
Past healers, characters who specialize in a certain gimmick, namely supportive ones, have been knocked down in relevance for being either too disruptive to the carry's actual attacks or simply not dealing enough damage. Take Genshin for example, she's an...
Okay, to be fair, we did use Genshin at the start of the game because like she has the Saki and she groups up the enemy in the second or rather the third floor in the very first tower of adversity when we do our 30 out of 30 clear. Genshin Saki actually help us get the clear. I think without the Saki, it was kind of cool because you had to use Jiyan for the first half, right? You had to use Jiyan for the first tower, and then the middle tower is just fucked, and the last tower you had to use Genshin there to group them together and you can do damage. So yeah. After that, I don't think we have used Genshin ever again.
Excellent character who can do a ton of things, from shielding to healing to AoE damage to crowd control and whatnot, but
Nobody
she's
gives a
seen as
fuck. Just
objectively
suck.
inferior to most units,
Her
in light of
only
having
purpose is to
effectively no
suck.
forte circuit and giving less buffs and defensive utility than other healers. Yang Yang's in a similar position where she can crowd control, can battery, and provide some buffs on the side, but because she's not a dedicated buffer and healer will also
Okay, who the fuck plays Yang Yang? No one. No one, right? No one plays Yang Yang. Okay, no one plays Yang Yang. Okay, yeah, okay, no one.
not being a DPS unit, she has trouble finding a good spot in the meta. That's one downside to having universal defensive mechanics like parrying and
Hey, if I want
dodging.
to play
It
Yang Yang, I'll
kinda
play
shuts down
Yasuo.
any
Alright, shut the fuck
practical
up.
reason to make a tank support or any ancillary class. What I'm mostly concerned about regarding the current state of Wuthering Waves is that even though there's a lot of experiential distinction between characters, there's not enough practical distinction between characters. By extension, not enough rules or aspects to incentivize team building and planning, leading to the possibility that every unit gets compared to every unit. If a character comes out, even if they have a unique aspect,
Oh! He is taking a direct shit right on top of Saintonas. He is taking a direct shit. After the entire glaze about patch 2.0 units, he is about to take a huge dump on the Saintonas glaze video. Even if their designs are unique, it doesn't fucking matter because they serve zero. Oh my god, I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming.
to them because there's no infrastructure in place for that unique aspect to make a difference, they'll end up being leveled against the rest of the cast. My theory for why Kuro is not producing that many characters compared to other gachas is unlike in other games where they have to in order to
Oh god, I didn't thought he was about to say they're poor. Okay, at least he didn't say that though. That would be fucking crazy.
give all formats enough units for a place to start working on. Wuwa doesn't really
Oh,
have that,
shit.
and so they have to be conservative with releasing characters.
Yeah, they have Tencent now. They're chilling. Yeah, they're
So
chilling.
would power creep the game really fast. For example, Camellia just came out, right? Though she's the only 5-star Havoc unit in the game, people aren't comparing her to just Danshin and Havoc Rover. They're also comparing her against Changli, Shangli Yao, Encore, Jian, and Jinchi. The next DPS unit will also be compared against everyone else,
Oh,
regardless
absolutely. I mean, but that's just for everyone though, right? Like when Fei Xiao came out, she got compared to. We didn't just compare Fei Xiao with what Blade, right? Fuck no, we compare with everyone and their moms. We compare about Fei Xiao to Aircron, compare Fei Xiao to Zilla, compare Fei Xiao to Chino. Everyone got compared. They kind of the same thing Honkai style, but I don't really know how it's like in Genshin. I heard of this theory in Genshin Impact where whenever a new character come out, are they stronger or weaker than Nervulet? I heard that was like the running consensus of our new DPS. By Honkai Starbucks, that is absolutely the case as well. You basically compare a new DPS to everyone. Unless it's like a break DPS, then you can only compare them to break DPS.
of their element.
Or if you're DOT, you just die.
Any backup dancer unit will instantly be compared to every existing backup dancer unit. Every supporter healer will instantly be compared to every existing supporter healer.
I'm dead surprised that bro just didn't slap on Cassandra's face and just slap it over Verena, because it's basically the same unit.
There's very little, if any, categorization between Wuwa's characters, which can also make units feel generic. Oh, he's just another generic attacker. Oh, she's another generic healer. It's not a, oh, he's a first glacial support.
Oh! Oh my god. Yo, Saintonas. Bro is about to fucking burst a blood vessel, bro. He's about to go into a stroke. He's about to fucking get a... I can see it from this. Bro is gonna get a fucking stroke.
She's a first arrow driver, what have you. Characters are what makes a gacha game memorable and enjoyable, not just in terms of personality, appearance, and background, but also their place in the meta. In Wuwa, it's less about the characters and more about how good you are at dodging, parrying, and understanding timings. Nothing wrong with that, but it takes away focus from the character over.
And I think it is completely fine, because you know what? It's a two different game. One has more focus on gameplay, one has more focus on team building, and at the end of the day, we're all very happy. Yo, Kurobot and Hoyoshows reunite. We're now a happy family right here at discord.gg/, Pokke, twitch.tv/, and Milk and YouTube.com/. Absolutely.
For in Genshin, for instance, people love Zhongli despite having fallen off considerably in the meta as a result of the history he had in the meta
Oh,
of
he
making
fell off.
life easy for you. He was defined by that. I know it's only been 6 months, but I have a hard time finding a clear definition for characters in Wuwa. Elements don't matter, attack style doesn't really matter, it's just can you parry and dodge and do your rotation properly. At the end of the day, I feel like Wuthering Waves is
I mean, bro, he's kind of right, though. I mean, he's kind of right. Like, it doesn't really matter, like, what type that much. It's like just how... It, basically, TLDR, can you deal this amount of damage? Yes? Okay, you're good. No? Go fuck yourself. And, like, how comfortable can you parry? Camellia, you just press E and you just parry everything. Holy shit, she's broken. She's broken for all the casual player base. Oh, you can't do the 2% increase. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Just press E to win. Press E to win. I think it's just really that simple.
This combat
Absolutely.
has a ton of depth to it.
Like, can you imagine if Carlota comes out and like she plays like Calchero? Then who the fuck cares, honestly, right?
But
So yeah.
not enough width, if that makes sense. It's good for players who care only about the mechanics of the game, but the majority of gacha players play gacha games to collect a bunch of units and plan out a bunch of parties. As stated before, fortunately they're easy
It kind of depends. Okay, this is kind of subjective. We don't really know why people do it. I mean, like, proof.
fixes to this. For starters, Kuro is already experimenting with party mechanics, one of which being the Dream Link, which came alongside the new event in version 1.4, allowing all 3 units to attack in concert for big DPS and explosions and whatnot, while currently this is only
I've never seen this in my entire life. What the fuck is this? Holy shit, I'm a tourist. Wait, what the fuck is this? I have never seen this in my entire life. It's in the event? Oh, it's in the event? Oh my god, I've never seen this in my entire life. Triple out. It's in the main story. Yo, should we play the game? Yo, my goose says no, so it is
only available in the event. They could expand more on this in the future, perhaps give actual significance to the elements that are doing it. No, I'm not saying they should become a Genshin clone and make elemental reactions. What I am saying is that they need to add more universal mechanics to encourage the use of different characters and add more layers to team building than just outro skill deepens. That way, maybe there might be a scenario where you want to use Yohu over Shorekeeper or Genshin over Verena. Furthermore, they can work to build on their various combat engines a bit more. Qingqi, for example, wants to pair with characters who specialize in coordinated attacks like Zhezhi, or Changli and Yinlin pair nicely together due to each of them swap cancelling for the other very nicely. If they create more engines, that gives players the incentive to pull for and build characters who work best in that engine. Right now, there's no difference between hypercarry and swap cancel teams, it's merely personal preference, but if they make it so there is a difference, then there would be a compelling reason to go for those teams. Overall, at the risk of pissing off a bunch of players with this take, Wu's combat gives off
a bunch? Yo, Vars, you bit off way more than you can chew. Cause this is coming from the rank 1 Hoyo show, right? This is coming from the rank 1, and even I feel like you might be a little bit cooked here. So imagine what Saintonas thinks if this is what I think. No wonder bro reacted for 5 hours. Bro legit reacted to this 14-minute video for 5 hours. For 5 hours.
A Sword Art Online sort of vibe, where every character is one class. The combat needs more systems and gameplay elements in place to make it as rich as possible. The mechanics and foundation are there, it just needs to expand the menu a bit. I guess you can say Wuthering Waves has the exact opposite problem as Genshin. The immense breadth of Genshin's gameplay, from characters to elemental reactions to combinations and stuff.
Okay, we get it. Alright, hey, Genshin, right? We fucking get it. Alright, hey, save us,
It's held
Genshin.
back by the lack of substance in its combat, and that there's nothing to put them to the test. The sheer depth of Wuwa's gameplay, from parrying to dodging to movement to swap cancelling and stuff, is held back by the lack of practical character distinction and systems to complement it. Genshin's very wide but shallow, Wuwa's very deep but narrow.
Ooh. Wait, bro is a poet? Genshin is very wide but shallow. Wuwa is very deep but narrow. Bro is a goddamn poet. And you know what? He's cooking. I legitimately think he's cooking. I think there are definitely way more team building, flexibility options, or like more focus when it comes to the different teams you're playing in Genshin Impact. Because it's really not it ain't that deep. You make them the same color, or like you match red and green, bada boom, bang, right? You match purple and green, you just win the game. So it ain't that deep. But there are a lot of ways you can match the colors. Whereas for Wuthering Waves, it doesn't matter if you match the colors, because you can go for a very different play style between players to players. How do you parry? How do you dodge? Where do you learn your mechanics and the rotations? He is cooking, and I think he's right. He is right.
Long story short, my hope for version 2 is that they expand more on team building and things that make every character feel unique. I like the
wife. Oh my god, chat, she's my wife. Oh, she's my wife.
Game's combat a lot. I just think they zeroed in too much on making it an individual focused game and not a team focused one, which is what gachas are all about, teams. I can't recall a single gacha out there that doesn't have a robust team building metagame. What do you guys think about this? Do you agree with my stance or do you disagree? Feel free
Ooh, alright, so we are gonna be able to closing off this video right here. Let me close off this video right here. Where?
Did Saintonas send his goons to this Vars? This video comment is super salty and oddie.
This comment section is what is really, really bad. I'ma keep it about. A lot of people hate Vars for this. And I have not seen Vars make a video that garnered this amount of hate. So it is quite likely that we do have a couple of Kurobots in the mix. You know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But let's just end off this video now. Let me try to find the perfect ending to this video.
to team building metagame. What do you guys think about this? Do you agree with my stance or
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Absolutely, absolute
confirmed,
banger
bro.
of a video. Absolute banger of a video, if I can say so myself, right? Absolutely. Chat, the reason why I decided just now is because bro showed like 20 different Genshin shit in like the first 30 seconds of the video. So it is what it is, right? So absolutely insane banger. We've now come to the end. Word of the day is gonna be it's over. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, join Twitter, join Twitter. All the best guys. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.